What is up, you guys? It's K Swan with Road Rash Off-Road. Today, we're talking about flat fenders. Flat fenders is something I've been wanting for this rig for a long time. However, I didn't really have it in the budget to go out and spend some crazy money on some high-end flat fenders. Plus, I really like the white fenders that come on the Jeep. I like this whole look, so I wanted to kind of keep that look. So after doing a little bit of research on YouTube, reading some blogs, I found a channel called Split Builds. This man has a white Jeep like me, and he bought the cheap Amazon hook and road steel flat fenders we all know, about 150 bucks. And he sprayed them white with the clear coat on them to match his Jeep, and they looked amazing. Great job. I think I'm going to try the same thing. I'm going to build a makeshift paint booth in my garage, and we're going to paint these fenders for the Jeep. Now the great thing is the surface on these fenders are kind of small, so I feel pretty confident that I'm going to be able to cover these pretty consistently. And two, it's a white Jeep. Kind of hard not to match white. So if I was doing this in a navy Jeep or a green Jeep or something where I had to paint match an orange, I'd probably think twice about it. It's a white Jeep. Let's do this. If you guys love Jeep DIY builds, like, subscribe to this video. I love doing these videos for you guys, and I love reading your comments. So welcome to my messy garage. Don't they say if you have a clean garage, then you've got way too much time on your hands? At least that's what they say about my office. Anyway, I guess that could be the same thing with your garage. But we've always got projects going on in here, and it's just messy. So I've laid out these flat fenders. These are some cheap hook and road versions of steel flat fenders from Amazon. We've all seen them. They're about 150 bucks. So let's get these things unwrapped. I'm gonna lay a really light dusting coat of white paint on these fenders. It's probably gonna take around 3 to 4 coats of white paint, and then we're gonna throw some clear coat on it, and we're gonna put them on the Jeep and see what it looks like. So before I paint them, I'm just gonna show you guys up close what these look like straight out of the package. Is 2 pieces of steel, tack weld. I don't know how long these are gonna last. The way we wheel them, they may not last very long, but they'll last until I can replace them. So I'm just gonna start here on the bottom side, just to kind of get my bearings and see how well this paint sticks. Just really light dustings. Okay, we're gonna let that sit for probably about 8 to 10 minutes, and then we'll come back out and do another coat. All right, so the first coat's dry to the touch. So I'm gonna do a second coat, but I'm gonna do it just a little bit heavier each time. Okay, we're going in for coat number 3, but I had to open up the garage door. It was getting cloggy in here. But one of the things I noticed, and this is not the paint, this is actually the fenders themselves. You can see these little imperfections. It's almost like the original paint was chipping off in the first place. So I'm a bit worried about the quality of these. All right, let's take a look here. We are on number 4, I believe. These are actually looking really good. It just started raining, so I'm hoping that the moisture doesn't affect my paint job. All the white paint has been finished. It looks really clean, really nice. It's got a good gloss finish. Now we're going to add our clear coat and get ready to install. We'll probably do about 4 coats of clear coat. So I've done 2 coats of clear coat. I can see a little bit of gloss shine coming in. I'm going to do a 3rd and then all done. We're going to let this dry probably about 2 hours or so, and we'll come back, throw it on the Jeep. What is up, you guys? It's day 3, and today is going to be a good day. Now that our flat fenders are painted and cured, it's time to remove these old fenders and get them installed. Now the first thing we want to do is take our 10mm socket, and we want to take out these screws holding it in from underneath. Now once you've removed the screws, there should be 6 of them. This fender is only held on by clips, so you should be able to just pull this thing off. There you go. It all comes off in one piece. Now I did break a couple of clips, but we'll replace those if we decide to put these back on. Next, you want to take your side marker and just unplug it here. So when you pull that initial time off, don't pull it too hard, you'll pull this out. Remove our old fender, we'll put this to the side. We're going to do a little bit of cleanup work in here, and then we're going to put our inside fender flare in here. So when removing the back, it's a little different. We don't have all those 10mm nuts in here. We've got these little clips that we have to pull these things out here. So let's get these things pulled out, and then we should just be able to pull this thing off just like we did the front one. So just like the front, the back comes off all in one piece. We're going to spend some time and kind of clean this up, pull these out, but these things, these little clips are quite the booger to get out just because they're so soft. You kind of have to twist them and work them out, but they'll eventually give. So now that the inside of the Jeep is all clean, got a lot of the mud out, I got these new fender liners. We're gonna put those together real quick and stick them in the front of the Jeep. So we're ready to install the inner fenders, but according to the directions, we're gonna have to drill a little bit. It's okay, nobody likes drilling into their Jeep, but it's inside the wheel well. You won't ever see it if you decide to take it off. So I'm just gonna set this up in here, and I'm going to hand tighten these 2 screws just to hold this in place. This hole lines up just fine right here. We're going to have to put a hole right here, also over here. Okay, so according to the directions, there's a certain order that you're supposed to screw these in, starting with this one, number 1, number 2, 3, 4, 5. This is going to be kind of difficult to reach my hand back in some of these places, but let's see what we can do. This is the moment I've been waiting for. Let's set this up here. Let's see what we're looking at. So it looks like our holes line up all pretty good. Here. Everything that I've read says we need to put the two bottom ones in first, lightly, and then go back and align the rest of them. There you go. It's on there. It looks great. Honestly, I think I'm going to have problems with the paint. I don't know how long I'm actually going to leave these on here. You can tell that the lines don't meet up exactly. It's a cheap fender. So I started working on the back, and if you can't tell, I lost several hours. Let me tell you why. This back is a booger to put in. You have to use rivets, riv nuts, and they give you this stupid little hand-twisted riv nut thing that does not work. So I spent the last 2 hours trying to track down a riv knot gun. Let's get this thing finished before it gets too dark. Okay, now we've got our rivets in here, 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 here. These we can access. Let's get this back on. I'm not going to tighten them down all the way yet. And there it is. The back fender installed. It was a pain in the butt. I think it's going to work good, at least for the temporary use that I'm looking for. And that's it, you guys. We completed 3 days of painting, clear coating, installation of these flat fenders on my Jeep, and I think it looks great. We ran into a couple of hiccups, specifically regarding the back ends. Overall, I think it enhances the look of this Jeep immensely. I love the look that it's done for the Jeep. It looks so much better. It looks so beefy. It's got a much wider stance. The quality of these flat fenders is average. So if you guys love Jeep DIY for your rigs, like, subscribe to this channel, because that's what we do. We love making Jeep DIY content, and we want you guys to be a part of it and comment on all the videos. It makes me a better content creator, and we want to do that for you. See you in the next video.